Good evening.
Listen, I've got two managers here with me, two former managers who will be walking into a Wembley final, though. Pards, first and foremost, how's Erik ten Hag feeling now? Did you think he felt like he'd been let off the hook?
I'd be absolutely delighted. His team are going to the final, and etc., etc. But what a way to do it. I mean, there was never really going to get any plaudits for beating Coventry today, but certainly there's a lot of downside to it, and he lost, etc., etc. And I mean, the VAR decision, Stewie, how tight is that? I mean, we all thought it was a goal in the studio here. What did you think out, in the real time?
Exactly that. I thought it was the final touch they were checking. I hadn't realised it was the ball from O'Hara in behind first off. But listen, it was double tight. I'm not one of these people that think, well, it's that marginal, just let it go. I think offside's offside. If you think it's offside, call it offside. But I've got to say, Coventry at the underside of the bar in extra time. They had two other chances where they burst into the box with Casemiro and Maguire at their mercy, where maybe they could have won it. But it was just brilliant. Honestly, what a spectacle.
Yeah, and they showed so much energy, Coventry, didn't they? I mean, I was expecting, when the underdog has got his towels up, you get that kind of energy. Like, it's almost like a secret force comes within you, and they were so close. I'm just so gutted. I'm gutted for Coventry. I really am.
Fans.
But I think we all are. And to be fair, you know what it's like. You've been to extra time as a player yourself. Not about ability then, it's about who wants it that little bit more, and Coventry looked like the team, and United were the ones going, give us penalties, just get us the penalties. It was incredible. But listen, Mark Robins has done a wonderful job for a number of years. The Coventry fans come en masse. They've had some tough times at the club, so today was a brilliant way of showcasing Coventry City Football Club, and they deserve all the plaudits they get, if not the result.
Stuart, Man United went 3 goals up, and in the studio we actually turned over to the Liverpool game to keep an eye on that, and we couldn't believe that it went to 3-2. When they went 3-0 down Coventry, what was the sort of turning factor to get them back into the game?
Well, I think half-time was a big, because he set his team up in a sort of, for want of a better word, 5-2-1-2 scenario, and United had too much of the ball at the back, could build up play comfortably. They couldn't get any press on United. Half time he made a change, went back to a 4-2-3-1. They got some pressure on United's back line. They did it easy to play through them, and all of a sudden it got them on the front foot slightly, and I think the killer looking back was that second goal just before half time that hurt Coventry. But to come back from 3-0 down did was absolutely incredible. That's what makes our profession and this game so good.
It was nearest the great comeback of all time, Stuart. Just so close.
Well, listen, we're talking about, and Mickey and Adrian mentioned the size of feet of one of the Coventry players that ruled him offside. So I don't know whether Mark Robins' recruitment is going to be, he's going to send his scouts into world football and say, make sure their feet ain't above a 6.5.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Stuart.
Cheers, Stuart.
Former England international Stuart Pearce there, who of course knows a thing or two about playing in the FA Cup final. Right, mate, I just still can't get over it. Like we celebrated like Coventry fans, Pards.
Yeah, because it wasn't so much. If it had been Man United coming back from 3-0 down, you can understand it. Because they're they got technically better players, and suddenly they get in gear. But for Coventry to come back from 3-0 down is some effort. Well, unbelievable. Commitment from the players, and a great job by the manager to change tactics as well.
Well, let's head over to Adam, who is a Man United fan. He was at the game. Good evening, Adam.
What's happening, Mads?
Hey, it's my Adam. How are we, Adam?
Yeah, not too bad. Just literally in the motor heading home.
Well, at least it's not too far for you today, mate.
No, you know what? It's not a long journey at all, but it feels like an eternity. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not even here to talk about United and how same problems. I just want to give a massive credit to Coventry, to their fans, to the determination and the grit that their players showed, because they just showed something that clearly we don't have, and that's a never die attitude. Like, they were exceptional, their fans were exceptional. Even Mark Robins, the tactical awareness that he had to make changes, he sussed us out. So to be honest, I'm not even happy. I'll be real. Like, it's not something to be proud of. I don't think any United fan should be coming on here today celebrating. This isn't a celebration. We should have done that in 90 minutes. We didn't. We got very fortunate. I'll be honest. I walked out my seat when I think it was chalk. I'll be I walked off my seat until I heard the cheer come back. But I thought that's it. It's done. You know. But massive credit to Coventry. They were exceptional. They really don't deserve this. And part of me can kind of wishes that they did get that miracle of the FA Cup, because this win kind of just paves over cracks. It really does. It makes it seem it's, you know. I want to ask you, Mr. Pardew, if you don't mind, regardless of today's outcome, if we do go on and win the FA Cup, would you say that's a successful season? Would you say we've done well?
Well, you know, I think at Man United, when you've lost 12 league games in the Premier League, I don't think that's a successful season for a club of your magnitude and the expectation. So yeah, exactly. So I don't think that league position is... No, correct. And this FA Cup run is obviously a massive bone for the club, because otherwise I think there really would... some alarm bells ringing, and there probably is already, as we're aware with new ownership.
I'll be honest, I think if he didn't get this result today, I wouldn't have been surprised if the ownership had come out and sacked him today.
Yeah, I thought the same.
I'm not one to call managers out to lose their job. It's not something I like doing, but I genuinely believe I don't see any direction for Ten Hag to stay. It's easy to blame the players.
I tell you what, Adam. You know, you've got that big Wembley final to come now against Manchester City. Probably most of us are looking at it thinking, it's a City win. But 10 pods, he gets away with it, doesn't he? He just keeps getting away with it seems.
Well, he does get away with it. You know, his results against the top teams have not been great this year. And this is going to be a big test because, you know, I think the spotlight now is going to fall on him in this final. You know, knowing the media as I do and being a football manager, you can't sort of hide from it. You know the spotlight is going to be if he doesn't win the game, he's out. That will be the sort of media line in the final. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to deal with that pressure and try and get a team out there that performs definitely better than today, because if they turn up like they did today, they got no chance.